and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to carry on my little mini series and take a look at the British Army United Nations Patrol Pack. Now today I'd like to take a look at their vegetarian menu, so let's get this on a table and see what this pack contains. So I now have here on the table the British Army United Nations Patrol Combat Ration Pack. This is the vegetarian menu too. Now, as we've seen in the first Hindu one, they now have the list of ingredients or list of contents on the front of the bag, and this one tells me there is a bean chili, bun cinnamon, protein powder, drink powder, apple flavour, some isotonic drink powder, guava flavour, some mixed nuts, some cola flavoured sweets, a Choco Block bar, sesame seed bar, pepper, salt and dental gum. So a nice sounding set of contents. So let's get this open and have a proper look at them. Now, as we've seen in the first one, they come in the new standard British Army single meal brown bag. So I'll just use my old favourite just to open the back there, and we'll get these contents out and have a better look. Now, as always, nice impressive set of contents. So what have we actually got? So straight off the top we have the very large pad universal flameless ration heater with all the instructions in many different languages. We have some dental gum. Here is the new style accessory packet containing the spoons and wet naps and a spare bag. We have a energy bar, very different packaging again, different labelling from the last one. These are the mixed nuts. We have the standard feedback sheet that we now see for some time in the British Army rations to feed back to the Ministry of Defence what you thought about it, and a contents and breakdown of ingredients sheet in different languages, so you know all of the calorific values and contents of the meals. There is the Bun Cinnamon bun. We have here some cola flavoured sweets. There is the Choco Block bar, which is basically a chocolate bar. Still going. This is the protein drink apple flavour. So I can slot those on. The main meal, and this particular one is the bean chili. Put that on the top there. Still going. We have an isotonic drink powder, and this one is guava flavour. I don't think I've had that one. That's a new flavour on me. Just put that near the ration heater there. And we have a salt and pepper. So that is the contents of this vegetarian menu too. So let's get these on a tray and see what they look and taste like. Now I have everything laid out on the tray for this vegetarian ration, and I'm going to start by getting the contents of the accessory pack. Now I do have an accessory pack which is identical from the Hindu ration, so I shall just bring that over, and rather than open my new one I can save that for another day. So in the accessory pack we have a cutlery set, and in the cutlery set there is a knife, fork and spoon, which is a nice new touch. Gone is the spork of old, days of old. We also have some tissues, and there are 10 little napkins or tissues. As I say, this one was opened in my previous Hindu set, but they are the same. There's 10 little tissues. Put to one side there. You get a Ziploc bag, a strong Ziploc bag to keep any accessories in or spares. You get 2 wet wipes, which obviously look a lot smaller than the old style British ORP wet wipes. Just put those to one side in case they're needed. And some water sterilising tablets. Now these are a universal pack, they're the same in all of those patrol ration packs, so rather than open them all, I thought I'd just use that previous one. Now I'm going to start where I like to start, and that is on the drinks. There is no hot drinks in this ration. There is a protein drink and a Guava flavoured Isotonic drink powder. So both of them require 500 millilitres of cold water. Now from previous experience, the Hindu ration I did, that turned out to be too much. So this time I'm going to just half fill the pint glass, which is approximately 500 mils, which it calls for. So this is the Isotonic Guava Flavor drink powder. So it looks like it's slightly pink. Pour that in there. And this time I shall start off by just giving it half of a pint or thereabouts. As I say, 500 millilitres is what it calls for. That is just about a pint in old money. So I'll just try that first, see how we get on with that. Mix is nice. Very strange smell coming from there. Very strange smell indeed. Now wipe my spoon. Now again, I had one of these in the previous ration, the apple flavoured protein drink powder, and it seemed very watery. So again, rather than give it the 500 millilitres which it calls for, I'm going to give it half and go from there. I'll adjust accordingly until we get a mix which seems about right. So there's a milky looking powder there. It does actually contain quite high quantities of milk and whey powder if you read the contents list or ingredients list. So again, rather than do what I did last time, fill the glass to the top, I think I shall keep it thicker. We'll try round about half in the first instance. And if you can see that there, it's just about going out of shot. Okay, certainly feels a lot thicker to the stir, and just rinse my spoon. Okay, so where do we start? I think what we'll do is we'll just work our way around the tray. We'll have a look at the cola flavoured sweets. Now these sound very similar to what the British ORPs used to have in them, little cola bottles. Nice Ziploc bag there, and they are the old style cola bottles which we know and love. You'll either love them or hate them. I'll just take a few out. There is a nice large pack there, but we don't really need to take them all, just for the demonstration. We have the Choco Block. Again, we saw this in the Hindu ration. Just take that out there. There is 9 little cubes of dark looking chocolate, just to one side. And so we have some dental gum. Again, nice little Ziploc seal bag, which I think is a nice touch to keep any leftovers in tip-top condition. You have to remember, our poor old troops, they're out in the wind, the rain, sleet, the snow, so keeping things like gum unsealed would not be a good option. So it's about half a dozen bricks there, about 6 briquettes. I'll just take a couple out again for now and move those to one side. Now I think this is the Sesame bar sesame seed bar. I did earlier say the energy protein bar, but I think this is the sesame seed bar. And it is, it's a familiar seed bar that we used to see before. Almost impossible to separate, but we'll have a look at that in a while. Moving along, we have the Bun Cinnamon. I have a funny suspicion this is going to be the Bridgeford shelf-stable cinnamon buns. Certainly looks and smells just like the Bridgeford we are all know and love now. Let's try and find somewhere to put all the odds and ends. We're left with the mixed nuts. Again, this just sounds like it's mixed nuts only, United Nations consumption only, all over the packets. Again, these do look like just the plain simple mixed nuts. Now there is a huge variation in the mixes. I noticed with the Hindu one they was nearly all almonds and peanuts. In this one it looks like they're nearly all peanuts. So the actual quality of the mix varies. And finally we'll have a look at the mains. Now this is the bean chili, being vegetarian, no mention of any meat there. I've pre-warmed this by boiling in a saucepan for 10 minutes. And there's a smell of chili, quite watery looking. We'll just pour that out. Wow, large portion. Now I do think there is 350 grams in these bags, which are slightly larger than the previous British ORP, which tended to be around about 300 grams. So, but there is no crackers, so that probably is allowing for that. Now, let's start with this apple flavoured protein drink. Now this is only half the amount of water it specifies. To me, that is a much better option. It's very similar in flavour to a milkshake, a very weak flavoured shake, vanilla, but there is also the hint of the apple. Much better with half the amount of recommended water. It makes it thicker, more shake-like, but the apple, I don't really know why the apple's in there, not needed. Would have been better just to have had the vanilla. The apple sort of detracts the flavour, but half of the required water is certainly the way to go with that. The same with the guava flavoured juice drink. Strange smell. I'm not familiar with guava fruit. I have seen it, but I'm not familiar with the taste, so I really can't comment on the accuracy of that flavour. It is a fruit flavoured drink. Very difficult for me to describe which fruit. It doesn't smell pleasant, but it does have a pleasing sweet fruit flavour. Again, half the recommended amount of water seems to be the ideal combination. One to remember. Okay, so I think I'm going to work my way around the mains. So it's quite runny, quite watery. Shame there's no crackers or any sort of bread, but let that drip a little bit. There is large quantities of beans. Looks like there's kidney beans, haricot beans, probably butter beans, broad beans maybe, and a tomato sauce. So let's have a taste of that. Slight hint of chili, quite watery. Again, not a very powerful chili. I think you could do with a little bit more red hot sauce or a little bit of Tabasco maybe. The beans are tender, they're just cooked, they're not soggy, they don't feel like they're overcooked. Let's get a bit of tissue there to catch it. Plenty of beans. The juice is a little bit watery. The sauce could do being a little bit thicker in my opinion, but a well-rounded, mildly spiced chili, tomato flavour. Not very well salted and peppered. In fact, I do think I'm going to add a little bit of both, so I will add a little bit of the salt. Does feel like it's very, very mildly seasoned salt, and this is the cracked black pepper. Should just give it a little bit of the pepper as well. Give it a bit of a pick me up. Oh, quite a lot there, but I'm sure that'll be fine mixed in. Let's mix that around. Get well mixed. I did go a little bit overboard there with the pepper, but see what if that's done anything to the flavour. Certainly helps lift the flavour slightly. It does need a little lift. Hardly any heat, but it's an easy to eat dish that most people should be able to enjoy. Just wipe my hands again. Okay, so moving round. The nuts. There is about 2 cashew nuts in there, 3 or 4 almonds, mainly peanuts. They are, just as I say, just nuts. They're not roasted, they are raw, they're not salted, they are straight out the shell. Not the most flavoursome, but they're of a decent quality. They're fresh, they're not soft, they don't taste rancid or overly old, but just lacking any sort of real flavour. A very quick, simple, easy energy boost. No salt, no roasting. Now, this looks like the standard Bridgeford cinnamon bun. Yes, it breaks off just like the one we know and love. A nice little background hint of cinnamon. Slightly on the dry side. This particular one feels a little bit dry. Would benefit from some addition of a bit of jam, maybe a little bit of custard. If you was at home, a bit of custard would help this. But certainly a sachet of jam would really help just to moisten that. But it is the standard Bridgeford shelf stable cinnamon scented bun. Try this guava. Strange smell, but a pleasant fruit flavour. Again, not a flavour I'm familiar with, but it is a pleasant tasting drink. Have a quick look at these sesame seed bars, nice and fresh looking. These are known not to come apart. Very lucky. That's the first time I've ever actually had those separate. There was 3, but one did separate. Crispy, chewy, sweet, very sticky, sticks to your teeth, very, very sticky. That stuck all over my teeth, but a very nice, crisp, sweet, caramel flavoured, crunchy bit of sweetness. Very nice, First time I've actually got those to separate. Must be because they're very, very fresh. The cola bottles. These have been seen throughout a lot of the British ORP excuse me, rations. Soft, fizzy, sugar coated, jelly sweets with a slight artificial cola flavour. I think most people have had the cola style sweets or candies. Certainly not a Pepsi or Coca-Cola flavour, but it is a hint of cola flavour. A nice sweet chew. And finally, quick look at these Choco Blocks. Should break them off. Dark looking chocolate, 9 cubes. Very soft. Melts in your mouth easily. Not a quality chocolate by any means. You would not say that's a quality chocolate. It's a sort of cheap chocolate you get out of Christmas decorations. Or here in the UK we have chocolate specifically for cooking, like a cooking chocolate. It's not seen as an eating chocolate. It's very much like a cooking chocolate. Chocolate, but just not the best you'll find. So it's a reasonable flavour of chocolate. So, brief recap. The protein drink, much better in only half the quantity suggested on the label, as in 250 ml instead of 500, or half a pint. Makes it more like a shake, still a very, very thin shake, but more resembling a shake. It does have that milkshake vanilla flavour. They have put a background hint of apple, not needed. Really would have been better just as a vanilla style shake, but half the quantity of water, much better. The guava fruit drink, a strange smell. Not sure about the flavour. I've not had a guava juice, so I don't know as a comparison, but it does taste very artificial, so I should imagine it would be an artificially flavoured compared to a fresh guava fruit. But it is a tasty, refreshing fruit drink. Chocolate, poor quality, dark in colour, certainly not high cocoa content. The sesame seed bar, very nice, fresh, crispy, crunchy. For the first time I've ever had one, they did manage to separate. Very sticky, but a very nice sweet touch. I don't know if I did the colas. The colas, nice soft jelly, cola flavoured, artificial flavoured, sweet, but a nice little touch to put in your pocket. The bean stew, disappointing if you're expecting a decent chili. There's very little chili heat in there. Very under seasoned, certainly needed salt and pepper, but again it is so sort of neutral, should appeal to most tastes, most flavours, and I don't think anybody would have a problem eating that. They might just find it a little bit lacking in flavour. The nuts, obviously they do come in different levels of nut mixes. The previous one I had far more of the almonds and less of the peanuts. This one seems to be nearly all peanuts with the odd almond thrown in. They are unsalted, unroasted, plain, raw, simple nuts. But what they are of a decent quality. They do seem fresh. The Bridgeford bun. This is the standard cinnamon Bridgeford bun, which appears in nearly all US rations, nearly all the British rations, and a lot of the other European. This particular one seemed a little bit dry. Could do a bit of jam, but a still nice, tasty piece of cake, shelf-stable cake. And the guns. 2 little briquettes here. There is a pack of 6. Crispy, firm. It's described as a dental gum. So the gum feels, it's very firm. You can feel it scrubbing the sides of your teeth. Plenty of peppermint oil. certainly a nice after lunch breath cleanser, teeth cleaner. So I'm going to leave it there. Please join me in the next instalment while I take a look at the halal version of these rations. But for now, thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.